Here's a great movement exploration to work with hip abduction lying on your side. Now, hip abduction is when the legs move away from the midline. When the legs move away from the midline, we're activating the deep outer hip muscles, those external rotator muscles, along with a few other muscles around the hips. So I want to break this movement down into 3 component pieces because I think it's important to have this awareness of what parts of the body are actually moving, what parts we don't want to be moving, and what is actually moving. Okay, so this movement is done near a wall, lying on your side. So I'm going to have my back to the camera here, but I'll be talking as I demonstrate the movement. So when you lie on your side, you might want to have a pillow, a blanket. I'm going to use a yoga block to lie down on, to have under my head. So what I have here is I have the wall behind me. So I'm going to slowly turn around here and lie on my side facing the wall. Now you want to have your body far enough away from the wall that your top leg, which is the leg we'll be working with, can be extended a little bit or reaching towards the wall that's in front of you. So you'll have to measure the length of your leg in relationship to the wall. So I'm going to lie on my side here. And I'm just going to lift my top leg up and just bring my ball of my foot or my toes to the wall. And that's really about how far away you want to be from the wall. So the whole sole of the foot does not have to be on the wall here, just the toes or maybe the ball of the foot itself. All right, so from here, now you just want to make sure that your shoulders are stacked, your hips are stacked, and that your knees can be bent at about a 90-degree angle. I have my bottom arm just resting out in front of me, and you can see my top arm is just resting along my torso here. So just taking a moment to settle into your body, becoming aware of your breathing, and just allowing your body to soften a little bit. And then from this position now, we're going to keep this top leg just as it is as far as the bend in the leg goes. So I'm simply going to lift the whole leg, including the lower leg and the foot, off of the bottom leg. So when I did that right there, that's called abduction. That's taking the leg away from the center, from the midline. Now from this position, if I have the ability, I'm going to bring this leg, keeping the same bend in the knee, I'm going to bring the leg a little bit toward my torso. If I bend the leg too far into my torso and I start to round my back, then I know I've gone too far. So it's really just a small movement where you didn't feel any change at your pelvis, okay? So you've lifted the leg, that's stage 1. Step 2 is to just bring the knee a little bit towards the torso without tucking the tail here. Then the last stage is to keep the leg this height and start to extend the lower leg foot towards the wall. Now, your leg may not go straight, and that's okay. What we're aiming for here is to not let this knee here drop down, because then we start to lose that hip abduction and we lose the work in all of the external hip muscles there. So I'm going to start it again just to show you one more time. So step 1, the leg is bent about a 45-degree angle. Raise the whole leg and foot off of the ground. Now the foot is quite relaxed here. Step 2, bring the knee a little bit closer in toward the torso, keeping the same neutral pelvis here. And then without dropping the knee down, we're going to slowly straighten the bottom part of the leg and touch the wall if possible. Now, this is the work right here, is to press a little bit into the wall and to not let this knee drop down. Then, keeping the leg lifted, bend the knee, bring the leg back down on top of the bottom leg. That's 1 repetition there. So what you can do is you can practice that Maybe you just want to do one time on each leg. The key here is to really go slowly and pay attention to the mechanics of your hip, whereas you're not letting your pelvis tilt or rock. It's all isolated in the leg itself relative to how it meets the pelvis. You could work up to 3 to 5 slow repetitions on one leg and 3 to 5 on the other side. Of course, turning around to face the wall the other way. So have a go at this and have fun, and let me know if you have any questions. Enjoy.